Nowhere represents exploration, danger, jungle more than the Congo. It's the most remote terrestrial place in the whole wide world.
The Nouabalé-Ndoki National Park, it's one of the intact forest landscapes that still remain in this world, which we know are shrinking as development moves into these more remote areas. And it's in the heartland of great ape habitat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Weatherville, Maya Airport. It is 7:30 p.m. local time.
And Congo, to me, is, it's not easy coming out here. Each time, I guess it just means I'm getting older. It's a little rougher, more sweat and more, oh gosh, what am I doing here, Ron? But small price to pay. We want to be involved. We care. We want to come out and see it every once in a while and ask the questions. How can we help? What else do you need?
The real reason that I wanted to come here started a year and a half ago when Harambe was shot at the Cincinnati Zoo. And when he died, we made a commitment. We said, Harambe is not going to die in vain, because Harambe was a huge loss to us, but he's very important to us, and he still is. We committed to building a new great big indoor center, which helps a tremendous amount in the husbandry and care of our animals. We said we were going to redouble our efforts to support conservation here in northern Congo to help protect wild gorillas. And I said I wanted to come here and see what we're doing.
Yeah, this boat's not going to tip over, so don't worry about it. Unless we run into an elephant or something.
What could go wrong?
Now during the dry season, this can completely dry up even to here.
Is that right?
Yeah, it goes down that far. So when we first came out here in 1999, the chimpanzees and the gorillas, they were naive of humans. They wouldn't flee, but they also didn't let us follow them on the ground.
Western lowland gorillas come from very tricky habitat where you have to be able to navigate through channels of water. And the researchers here had to battle that frontier years ago to figure out how to get back into the Congolese rainforest just to get in here. The logistics were insane.
The funny part is, I think, well, I'm ready, I'm good. Well, one day we walked 14 miles, including hiking through streams, taking dugout boats in 90-degree weather, 90+% humidity. I sweat. I mean, we are soaked. I'm thinking, man.
And he has them comb the dirt and everything.
I've never habituated gorillas before, coming from Florida, and many of the folks that we worked with here had never habituated gorillas. So over time, we started learning more about them and how to follow them and habituate them to our presence, to make direct observations of them without really impacting their lives. So we'll head on down this way through good forest. Yeah,
People have an image, okay, what do field biologists do or what do scientists do? Let me tell you, this guy is a cross between Indiana Jones and SEAL Team 6. Part of that is we go, well, this is where I was once attacked by a silverback gorilla and it bit me. I'm like, right here? These guys are unbelievable.
It's a hard process. People oftentimes get bitten. It's scary. It's stressful for the gorillas. It's stressful for the humans doing it. But we've come up with techniques to mitigate that stress. We're learning new things every day about gorillas and chimpanzees.
That, we've learned a lot from field work that we apply back to how we take care of the gorillas at the zoo.
The local people here work with this research and conservation project to help protect these forests.
You
said there are 3?
Yeah. Let's see if we get a better view somewhere else. Yeah, you see me there?
And what are their names?
Donnie, Thane, and a new subadult female to the community.
She is looking right down at us. Yeah, she likes it.
When we come out here, every time we come out here, when we walk along these paths, it feels like the first time, and we keep on coming back because there's still discoveries to be made.
We were very privileged to have the opportunity to go visit one of the most iconic gorillas that has ever existed. So I've had the honor of knowing Kingo for over 10 years now. Here we are at Mondika Camp. And I'll never forget it. You know, I had my video camera and I had my still camera, and we go out and we're traipsing through the rainforest looking for the gorillas. And then there he is, sitting through about 12 layers of vegetation you have to look through. And I'm videotaping. It's all very surreal. It's like I'm not there at all. And I looked, and there was a female up in the tree here and a female over here and another one back here. They just kind of had oozed out of the rainforest. And at that moment, I was like, oh man, I am in the rainforest looking at a wild western lowland gorilla, which nobody gets to do. It makes my hair stand up, even when I just think about it. I've told this story like 8 million times to people, and every single time it gets to me. Here's Kingo. He's in the bushes. Today it was like visiting an old friend for me.
They'll look for the tracks. Maybe we'll follow the tracks to where they nested, and then we follow the fresh tracks from this morning where they had, or perhaps we'll bump into them. Yeah, they're up. They're up in the canopy. Yeah. Now it's time for your reunion, man.
Right there. Yeah, right there. Here, but I just want to say hello in gorilla, but I have to nod. I want to just go. Kingo just said hello. He looks super healthy, super happy. He's got a new baby in his group. That was absolutely unbelievable. Nobody gets to see that. I've seen about 30 baby gorillas in my career, but none tops that one that just walked by. I'm telling you, that was absolutely amazing. And more than seeing Kingo today about finding validation and all the hard work that we do at the Cincinnati Zoo, it was seeing the little baby. This is why we do it, you know. We do it for our gorillas at the zoo, and those guys are ambassadors for wild gorillas. Gorillas share 98% of the same DNA as humans. Gorillas are in our minds. Gorillas are a window to ourselves. One of those species that people just pay attention to. We experience that for better or worse with Harambe's situation. The bottom line is, one gorilla made the whole world pay attention. And that's why we have them in zoos, and that's why it's so important that we tell their story.
His legacy lives on, and it lives on in these gorillas we see here.
Even though they're the most populous of the species of gorillas, their numbers are dropping the most rapidly.
Pressure is coming. It's coming from poachers. It's coming particularly from logging companies as they cut in to areas near the park.
Human development is moving into these rare intact forest landscapes. Roads are being built, and that's changing the dynamic. It's changing the overlap between wild great apes and humans.
In this time of more pressure than ever, more human population than ever, more loss than ever, here's a hopeful story. We can protect this area.
Gorillas need rainforest to live. And we need rainforest to live. Because rainforests are the lungs of the planet. So by saving the rainforest, we're saving ourselves.